So back here at Citi Field, the Nats want to get something going offensively. Good pitching matchup today. Got some curly W's here. Yeah, guys, hoping for a Nats victory on the road. And pitching what this one is all about today. Tanner Roark for the Nats, Zach Wheeler for the Mets, two of the best guys in the league over the last month and a half.
Zach Wheeler in 4 August starts, a 1.38 ERA. After getting shut out twice and the way baseball works, the Nats are probably going to score 8 runs off him tonight.
So Zach Wheeler dealing like the rest of the Mets rotation. They've given up 3 earned runs or fewer in the last week every game. And Tanner's simply been outstanding. We never thought it would be possible. He's got a chance to get his record back to 500 by the end of the season.
Yeah, what a turnaround. How about the last meeting against the Mets on July 31st? Tanner Roark at home dealing 1 run on 4 hits over 7 innings. He struck out 7, walked nobody, 94 pitches. Got a little bit of run support in that game. It was a 25-4 win, but he was doing his thing on the mound. He did his part.
Yeah, kept his concentration going throughout that whole thing. So you've been shut out 2 games in a row. What needs to happen maybe early in the game, maybe in the first inning, just to get something on that board?
I mean, the worst analyst ever would say score a run, but I mean the little things. Get on base, walk, bunt some guys over. Don't try to do too much. You feel like last night against Vargy, they tried to do a little bit too much.
Adam Eaton's back in the lineup spot, the leadoff spot in the lineup today. And, of course, Trey Turner batting second. So we've got some pregame things to show you. It's Players Weekend. The guys having fun with the nicknames and all of that. And coming up, first pitch, the Nats and the Mets from Citi Field. Better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. And by Long Fence, start living the difference. Visit longfence.com today to schedule your free in-home estimates. Good crowd in the seats already. Good crowd coming in from the Jackie Robinson Rotunda. Zach Wheeler. He's only 3-8 career against the Nats, but he's pitching well. 79, it's gorgeous here. Humidity down. We're having one of the best weekends we ever remember from the weather standpoint here in the Big Apple. The Nats are 6th in the league in batting average, 5th in runs and 5th in homers. Anything to get something going today. Maybe Ryan Zimmerman, 8 for 20 against Zach Wheeler. Couple of homers, 4 RBIs, couple of walks. Adam Eaton and Trey Turner at the top in front of Bryce. Another start for Matt Wieters, swinging a good bat. And here's Wheeler, who's 8-6 and pitching as well as anybody in the National League right now.
At 28 years old, 6'4", 195, 25th start of the season for Zach. Saw his 6-start win streak come to an end last start against the Giants. The Mets lost that one 2-1. He had a no decision. He gave up just 1 run on 5 hits over 7, struck out 10 Giants, walked 1 through 113 pitches. Last start, opponents hit .237 on the year against Zach Wheeler. Here's the defense for the Mets behind Zach Bautista, Conforto, Bruce, the outfield, Rosario, McNeil up the middle, Frazier, Flores at the corners, and Kevin Plawecki, or Plow Dog, behind the plate.
So the season series with last night's win belongs to the Mets 7-6. Teams have split the first 6 here. Adam Eaton's ready. Carlos Torres is going to sweep off home plate. And it'll be Eaton versus Wheeler to get this one going. Phillies are at Toronto for a day game. Braves tonight at Miami. The Nats still 8.5 back. Everybody at the top of the division lost last night. On the grass at third, Todd Frazier. First pitch, 4:06. Adams going to bunt it hard and bring it with him, and he's got a base hit. Not a whole lot Jeff McNeil could do with that.
Check that box early. There goes a no-hitter. Adam Eaton bringing one with him here. Beautiful bunt to start this one up. I think if McNeil shovels that perfectly to first base to Flores, Eaton's safe either way.
Mickey Callaway is arguing that Adam Eaton stepped over the line on the inside of the batter's box. He didn't step on home plate.
You can hear. Turn up your TV, you can hear this.
Haven't guys been running out of the box forever to bunt?
I thought he was on the line with the front foot. They're going to look at it. You could hear Carlos Torres say, I didn't see it. And Mickey Callaway said, well, can you ask for help? And Adam Eaton said, come on, really? I can't see where the right foot is on that shot, but the left foot was in the box. He made contact before the right foot was out. The ball was already on the ground. The right foot was in the air.
And the fact that he's walking over to Callaway indicates the Nats get the base hit.
There's going to be a footprint there because he has to run to first. I mean, that's where he ran to first, not where he bunted the ball, if you saw the replay.
Trey Turner is next, and one pitch and a lot happening already.
Mickey Callaway is ready to manage tonight.
Trey Turner 4 for 11 career against the right-hander. Adam Eaton just went 4 for 9 with that base hit. Adams been running a little more lately. He's 5 out of 6 stealing, and evidently didn't feel too good going back into the bag that time, and Nick Lentz gave him timeout.
Something didn't feel good getting back to first there. Is it his arm? Shoulder? Did he land on it hard?
You jam your shoulder, can't you, getting that hand back up against that bag?
Yeah.
So with Eaton holding, finally the second pitch of the game, and it's ball 1. Trey, a ton of ground ball room on the right side. Target in with that in mind. And he's going to lay one down and try to leg it out. Close play. They'll give him a sacrifice on the 1-3.
Well, if Bryce Harper bunts, we got us a story right now. I like it. Small ball. We've seen it start rallies for this ball club, and when you've been shut out back-to-back games, they're trying to get on the board here in the first. It's a great idea by Eaton and a great idea by Turner. You haven't scored in 2 games. You want to score early. I like it. Smart baseball. Get on the board. Forget about the shutout tonight, then worry about the win.
Bryce, 5 career hits, a homer, 4 RBIs against Wheeler.
And that was Trey Turner's footprint after he bunted.
Second in homers, 7th in RBIs, 1st in walks, just in case they don't give him a whole lot here. Wheeler career 29 and 29. 91st career start. And some movement away on that one.
I talked about it in the open. 4 August starts for Zach Wheeler, 1.38 ERA. Get this, in April he had a 4.09. In May a 6.43. So a 5.40 ERA through his first 9 starts. Then he started to dial it in. Why has he dialed it in? He's thrown his split more. He hasn't thrown one changeup in the month of August. It's been fastball, slider, curveball, split as the out pitch, and he's ditched the changeup. 3.26 ERA in June, 3.13 in July, and a 1.38 in August. He has gotten better every single month.
And Bryce ripping on 3-0. 8th in the league with 55 extra base hits. So Matt Wieters in the lineup. Have to have him swinging lefty today. Bryce, since the break, leads the league in RBIs. As I mentioned, he's up to 81. And the Mets are scoring runs, and they're not giving up a whole lot. They've really bumped up their offense, and have done it with some key guys hurt. Three-1 to Harper. He drives it hard the other way. Bautista just had to move to his right because of the slice on the ball. 2 down. Inside the numbers presented by PNC. Let's talk a little hardball here. Wheeler can bring it. Anthony Rendon against fastballs 94 miles an hour or harder. The only guy over 402 in all of baseball. Make today the day at PNC Bank. Anthony batted second last night, doubled in the 9th. Nats were down by 3. They couldn't bring him in, and that was that. Pretty good numbers. 8 for 23, 4 walks, couple of RBIs. 347 for Anthony his last 14 games. There's the heater. Shallowest outfielder is Jay Bruce on the opposite side. Good speed out there at second. 1-2.
Span the slider off the fastball away. More of a cutter right there by Wheeler.
Yeah, real subtle, wasn't it?
Subtle. Averages 91. Opponents hitting 229 against that pitch.
Rendon, a tapper. Looks like a hit. Flores had to come way off the bag to receive the throw, and the Nats doing some infield damage here. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. Soto next.
Tried to get on that board first. Swing and bunt. Zach Wheeler would have been better off holding on to this. I saw this one going on the right field line, but Flores did a nice job coming off the base and catching it. So the Nats are 50 and 24 when they score first. The opponents are 14 and 41. Or the Nats are 14 and 41 when they don't score first. So
unbelievable difference.
So I mean, hey, this could be big. First inning. Here we go.
Soto, 45 RBIs. Facing Wheeler, 1 for 3 with a walk. How did miss him? We heard 2 sounds, the ground And then the ball somehow finding Plawecki's mitt cleanly.
Saved a run here on the backhand. Good job of getting out of the way. He wants to drive in at least one run here. Plawecki got dirt in the eye on the hop.
And here comes one of the New York trainers. I was watching the ground crew before the game. At the end of batting practice, they come out with a big old sack of that dirt and they just put it up in a big pile. They move it around inside the lines there. So there's a lot of loose bodies in that dirt down there, and Kevin Plawecki just got a bunch in his eye.
All fun and games till someone puts an eye out. Should get a fastball here, right?
He did. 97.
Big swing, tried to make it 3-0. Got the fastball, but maybe got a little bit too big. Tied himself up just a hair.
Rendon took a little break off of first on that pitch and then stopped. Counts 1-2 now.
All right, 2 big hacks, spread them out, choke them up, slap one to left.
ID's the breaking ball, 2-2. First pitch at 4:06, and the grandstand shadow, third base side, already making its way into the field of play. Good advantage for whoever can score first while the sight lines are still good. There goes Rendon. Soto not able to get to it, and he got changed up or split on that one. Nats lead 2. Roar goes to work. In New York. The Mets are 13th in the league in batting average, 12th in runs, but we showed you a few moments ago they've been scoring lately. Jay Bruce just back off the DL last night, hit that breathing room homer for them in the 9th inning, and at times in his career he has worn out the Nats. That was his 12th career home run against Washington, 40 RBIs over the years, and here's Tanner Roark, 8-3 against New York.
We got 3.05 ERA in that 8-3, 15 career starts. Remember last time, no decision, went just 3 innings, then An hour and 42-minute rain delay did him in, so he's been locked in. We told you in the open. 1.63 ERA over his last 6 games.
First up, Ahmed Rosario, the shortstop. Rendon even with the bag at third. Zimmerman creeping in a bit on the first base side. Tanner gets ahead. Base hit the other way, first inning. He stole second. Flores drove him home after a ground ball, and as it turned out, that's all the Mets needed. The way Vargas, Lugo, and Gesellman pitched last night. Inside again, 2-1.
And that's defense tonight. Soto, Harper, Eaton the outfield. Turner, Defoe up the middle. Rendon, Zimmerman at the corners. Matt Wieters doing the catching. Spanky in right, stashless, beardless. I don't even know who he is anymore.
I did a double take when I saw him this morning at the hotel. Oh yeah, that's our right fielder. Yeah. 3-2, that was close. Yeah, could have gone either way. Pitch number 5. Roark jams him over the dugout. It goes. So Tanner career 137th start. He's 63-51. 21 total games against the Mets. He faced him in relief a couple of years ago, and he was a bullpen guy. 8-3, 3.17. Up the middle, and Wilmer Defoe right there.
Okay, I was saving this stat because I didn't want to jinx that at bat. I came across this today. It's one of the better stats I've seen in a long time. 92.7% of first pitch strikes lead to an out or at least strike one. So that means only 7% of first pitch strikes become hits. That's how important it is to throw strike one, and he just did to Ahmed Rosario.
Yeah, and I guess when we talk about stealing strikes, a lot of times the first pitch, curveball or whatever, might be right down the middle, but a lot of guys don't like to hack first pitch, do they? No. Great stat. Here's Jeff McNeil, who's on an 9-game hitting streak now, 16 for 34. The reason I had 8 on my mind was that earlier this week he had hits in 8 consecutive at-bats, building this long hitting streak. He's now had 100 at-bats in the big leagues, and he's hitting 330.
He's got one of those bats with no knobs on it. Check it out.
Look at that. He just guides it the other way. And they're wondering here, is this guy the real deal? He'll get another 100 at-bats or so before the season ends, and maybe they'll go into the offseason thinking second base is in good hands.
I remember a guy named Daniel Murphy that used to hit like that when he was a Met, just slapping stuff the other way, and then all of a sudden he got on the plate and started doing damage, and he went deep again today for the Cubs.
Yeah, second day in a row. Chicago in their ball game, way out ahead, 6-2 over the Reds. They're trying to win their 4th in a row. Got St. Louis and Milwaukee breathing down their necks. Here's Michael Conforto, who didn't start last night, with Gio on the mound, and Tanner Roark throws him a perfect fastball on the inside edge.
All right, let's see if that stat bears out here.
Well, it did lead to a strike.
So, there we go.
He's 4 for 20 against Tanner. Shift on. And we saw last night McNeil likes to run. He forgot to touch second on his way back to first on a long fly ball for a double play, but he later stole a base in the game. Ooh, that was close.
Caught him in between, getting in the middle of his lead. There's a little hesitation getting back. Watch. He's trying to extend one more half step, and that's when Tanner threw over. Probably peeking over his shoulder. Saw that, threw over.
Weeder sets up away, ahead in the count here.
Conforto's average at 235. I'm being told he's had trouble hitting the off speed this year. The changeup has been a struggle for him.
StatCast AI powered by AWS. 58% pulled, 19 up the middle.
It's a big hole where the 38 is.
Runner goes, swing and a miss on a high pitch. Weeder's a double pump, and McNeil swipes it. Matt had trouble with 2 balls, trying to get him out of his glove last night.
Yeah, he's looking at his glove like the ball wasn't where he thought it was going to be when he went in there to get it, because McNeil had a bad jump. I think a lot like Rosario last night in the first. Another bad jump. He had a chance for him right there. Yeah, he's a little frustrated.
So the Mets in this series are 3 for 3. Trey Turner, right side of second base. 1-2 the count. Rendon occupying the left side. He had to move over toward third with that runner at second now. Breaking ball with a lot of drop, 2 down. That was a beauty. 128th K of the year.
So strike 1 to Rosario and out. Strike 1 to Conforto and out.
Brilliant.
Stats don't lie sometimes, but nasty curveballs don't either. That was a great pitch.
Yeah, pitching coaches will tell you there's nothing phony about any statistics regarding first pitch strikes. So here's Wilmer Flores on a 6-game streak. 9 for 26, and he struck early last night with a base hit for his 48th RBI. Tanner keeping it away, ball 1. Perfect to the outside edge. Phillies and Blue Jays scoreless after 1. Nick Pivetta, Aaron Sanchez throwing up in Toronto. Well, we're coming alive. A lot of these Mets bats have lately. And that's 3-1. Todd Father next.
Ooh, he changed his cleats, you see that?
And then Tanner Roark, similar to strike 1, cutting 1 to the outside edge.
Yeah, you're not getting the fastball down Main Street. 3-1 with a runner in scoring position. Perfectly placed slider. Going out there again.
3-2, and he got him to the right side. Defoe waiting, That's it for the Mets. Each team gets a hit or two in the first, and here comes Ryan Zimmerman. No score early in New York. The infield. The day after the Nats win and score 7 or more, get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com. Promo code NATS50. Enjoy the quality pizza you have come to expect from your locally owned and operated Papa John's. Maybe tomorrow's the day for pizza. Nats would be happy with a couple of early runs here. Zimmerman, Wieters, and Defoe, 6, 7, and 8. Ryan Knock, his first time up last night, went 1 for 4. He's 19 for his last 54. 17 RBIs in 16 games.
You gonna tell him what you saw during VP today with Ryan Hidden?
In the upper deck in left field, a guy was up there with his glove. Nobody else was in the section. And Ryan Zimmerman hit 2 consecutive home runs right at him. He caught them both. Then he sat down and relaxed for the rest of BP. Not Ryan, but the fan. I've never seen 2 upper deck homers in the same spot about 10 or 12 seconds apart. This is going to be caught by the second baseman, McNeil. We had fun at batting practice day. Had our producer up here practicing home run calls. It was awesome. I didn't have the wherewithal, because we were laughing so hard, to tell Chip Winfield that he exactly duplicated Bob Uecker's home run call.
Bob Uecker having a seizure was exactly it. Dead on.
He went nuts. Here's Matt Wieters. A lot of fun. But in all seriousness, we'll sit here and watch batting practice. It helps me track fly balls, see how the ball's carrying on a certain day, and we just kind of have fun sitting up here from our perch. Fun to be down by the cage on the field and being close to the guys, but often it's a lot of fun just to sit up here and track fly balls for 20 minutes or so.
Walked around the ballpark today during batting practice. This is a great yard. It really is. Walk on the concourse. There's great views from underneath the concourse, center field, where the food plaza is right out here. It's pretty cool out there. And
wow, that's paint from Zach Wheeler, and Matt Wieters hopes this pitcher gets that. Mercedes-Benz on the pitch cast.
What did Pitchcast think about it?
A seam of the ball got the edge. Now it's Wilmer Defoe trying to get it down to Tanner Roark and turn over the lineup here in the second. This place opened in '09, and I've never had one thought about missing Shea Stadium. It was a raucous atmosphere, a little crazier behind home plate is where center field was at Shea, but that place, it was a cookie cutter from the 60s, and it was its time to go.
It's a good yard. Not a great yard, but a really solid yard.
Ball well hit by Soto to right. Jay Bruce back. Pardon me. Defoe. It was a Soto-like swing. My bad. Nats go 1-2-3. No score.
Jason Worth Appreciation Day will be at Nats Park. Well, buddy, I got news for you. It's in about 2 weeks. September 8th, Nats host the Cubs, 7:05 start. Get that amazing Jason Worth t-shirt. I think it looks exactly like him. On a good day, you can induct Jason in the Ring of Honor. Very special presentation. So visit Nationals.com for Jason Worth Appreciation Day. Return of the Beard to Nats Park. They're going to be there. They can't wait.
Rocking the caps and the curly W there.
Rocking the red. Chilling.
Yeah, he's cool.
Lots of Nats fans here for the weekend. Beautiful weather here in New York this weekend, like Bob said earlier. But they all want to see a run. It's been a while.
Yep. Yeah, there's a whole row of Nats fans out in section 126 in left field. They gave us the alert, and we put security on high alert. Bottom of the first, or bottom of the second now, Todd Frazier hitting a .233, 2 for 9 career against Tanner. Roark, 21 pitches, 12 strikes, first inning. 0-2. Well, that is 0-2 and overmatching a hitter. Looked like a strike for an instant. Strikeout number 2, Nissan to track it.
But you establish your fastball for strikes, then you're thinking, oh, there's another fastball outside, and it's got some cut action to it, more of a slider cutter kind of thing. So the key is the fastball in the strike zone. It's something Tanner struggled with a lot earlier in the year. Now he's just darting spots like he used to. Aggressive with the heater makes you swing at something like that with 2 strikes.
There's Jay Bruce. Big contract. He signed for 2 more years after this. It is a 9th inning homer last night. His 4th of the year. Has been banged up a lot this season. 3 for 19 against Roark. They've had some interesting matchups. 4 walks, 6 strikeouts.
It's Bryce's first name in Atlanta on the back of Jay Bruce's jersey. Shannon, every single time he comes up.
2-2. Anibal Sanchez for Atlanta tonight at Miami. Wei-Yin Chen for the Marlins. 2-2 with 1 out.
Jay Bruce bobblehead day.
Not bad timing after he goes deep in the ninth the night before. And a ball hooking away from Adam Eaton into the right field corner. Might have a play at second. If it's on the bag, they had a chance, and Trey Turner had to go get it. So it's a 1-out double for Jay Bruce.
Yeah, just off the DL yesterday. Early June, he had a sore hip, so he's missed a bunch of time. A 3-run tater last night and a 1-out double here in the second. Today, super close. Good effort by Trey Turner. Nice throw by Adam Eaton.
Now the Mets have a potent bat in the number 7 spot. Jose Bautista hit there last night as well. 0 for 2. He was hit by a breaking ball from Gio, who had a good night but couldn't get any support. In the air, Bryce Harper. And Bruce, no even pretense of going back and tagging, no chance. When you're talking Cars, you're talking Cougs. League leaders since the All-Star break. These two play Buckholz of the D-backs. East Chassin. Brewers, second half guys.
Rourke and Wheeler, the only 2 pitchers in baseball. 5-0 since the break. Wheeler can hit. Are you careful here to Plawecki, who had a couple of hits last night?
And Zach Wheeler has 8 hits this year. Plawecki went oppo twice against Gio. Second inning single, 4th inning double.
And then lined out to first his last time up. Maybe his best swing of the night.
Yeah, he gashed one right at Ryan Zimmerman later. So Tanner gets one under the hands on the edge, 0-2.
Looks good on pitch cast.
Locked him up, looked like a swing, and that's it for the Mets in the second. Bruce doubles with 1 out, he's stranded. Roark and Wheeler matching up. They faced each other before.
Max Scherzer's offense this year. Well, how about this? Over Tanner Roark's last 12 starts, he's batting .321 with 3 extra base hits and 7 runs batted in. He has the most RBI of any pitcher in Major League Baseball this season. Typically, you ask a starting pitcher about his hitting, and the question is met with some smiles from him or maybe some jokes from his teammates who are nearby. But I asked Tanner seriously the other day what's led to his offensive improvement this year, and he gave a similar answer to what Max Scherzer has said when asked about his hitting. Tanner's saying that when he has a bat in his hand, he has a chance to help his team win, and he takes that seriously. And he said he's been really working on his swing and his approach in the cage over the last couple weeks, trying to improve guys and trying to do whatever he can to pick up a win for himself and for his ball club.
Thank you, Dan. Pretty impressive. 8 RBIs on those 11 hits. 149 career average. So 8 of his 12 career RBIs this season. By the way, he's 1 for 2 career against Wheeler, who's 1 for 3 against him. And to the right side where McNeil was shaded up the middle. First time around the order, the Nats go 2 for 8 with 2 infield hits, 1 a bunt, and a sacrifice by Trey Turner. Rhys Hoskins has hit a sac fly. Phillies 1, Toronto 0, top of the 3rd. Adam Eaton took one with him. But Jeff McNeil doesn't think he'll do it again. He's playing him kind of deep, and then he squared around again.
Hey, the way he bunts, it doesn't matter if they know or not. He's that good. He could kill a bunt down the 3rd baseline. He could bring another one with him.
Nats weren't able to bring him around first time, but Adam Eaton scores a lot of runs when he's healthy and when he's in the Nats lineup. Up there with some of the top run scorers in the organization in his limited time with our ball club so far. 2-0 pitch. Whoa! He was moving forward and down he went. 3-0.
They don't like Spanky today. They're trying to say he stepped out of the box first time up. They picked off a few times, almost got him at first, and now they threw him right at his coconut.
Showed bunt on 3-0 and takes the walk.
I'll tell you what, if teams don't like Adam Eaton, that's the best compliment he could ever get. That means he's playing well, because he's that kind of guy. Look at, they're chirping right now.
Yeah,
Todd
he's got
Frazier.
something to say to Wheeler.
No, it's Todd Frazier. He and Todd Frazier are going back and forth across the infield. Frazier screaming across to first, Eaton screaming across to 3rd.
Teammates in Chicago, right? White Sox.
Yeah, they don't send Christmas cards to each other, obviously. I'm telling you, when you're a guy like Adam Eaton, your game is to get under the other team's skin. You're a pest. When he's at his best, you shouldn't like him if you're playing against him. That's the thing I like most about him, Carp. He's not out there to make friends. We see so many guys hugging and friendly in today's game. It's been sterilized by you got to slide straight into second. You can't run over the catcher, and it's refreshing to see this. I love it. It's lovey-dovey baseball so much now, and it's good to see a guy that's, I like these guys screaming at each other. It's good stuff.
Yeah, nobody has taken the losses any harder than Adam Eaton.
They obviously don't like each other, at least today.
One-0 to Trey Turner. Fastball rides up, 2-0.
I became an Adam Eaton fan when Adam LaRoche was in Chicago, and he stood up in the clubhouse when they wouldn't let Drake in there anymore. And he said he was one of the most outspoken guys about that. And that's when I said, I don't even know who this guy is. I know he plays really hard, but now I really like him. He was totally against that whole thing. He loved having Drake around just like we did.
Target away. Breaking ball. It stayed up and in. And with Bryce Harper on deck, a man aboard, it's 3-1 Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
You know, it's been a while since the Nats scored, but right now I'm just rooting for Adam Eaton to get to third. That's all I care about this inning. I just want to see him somehow get to third base.
Well, there's a base hit.
May hit one behind him, Trey, so he can get to third, please.
He's running, and that's what he does. Except there will be no throw to third, but they are in close proximity.
All right.
Great at bat by Trey Turner.
Wish granted. I have two more. Watch this. I think it's anything. Now they're close to each other. The whole dynamic has changed. It's one thing screaming across the infield, but now you're right next to each other. And if you're going to chirp, it's go time. It really is. So watch. They probably won't say a word, because if they do, they could go.
Bryce Harper, key spot, top of the third, scoreless game.
A little drama here. I like it. It's good stuff. Wake everybody up. Here we go.
Fly ball to left, pretty well hit by Bryce first time. The count went to 3-0. And on a 3-1 count, he flied out. Hey, Dan, anything in the past between Eaton and the Mets?
Well, Bob, I think it was the last series these two teams played, Adam Eaton slid into the bag at second base and broke Phillip Evans' leg. Now, the umpires reviewed that play, said it was a clean slide, but Mickey Callaway did not feel the same way, the Mets manager. He said it was a dirty play. He didn't like the slide, so that's in the past as well.
2-0, and then a delayed run by Turner. Trey Steele's second, his 33rd of the year. Takes away the force play anywhere. And now Bryce Harper, driver's seat, 2-0 count. First base is open. Rendon on deck, one out. Frazier closer to the third base bag. And Bryce, all systems go on 2-0. Anthony Rizzo, 2 RBIs ahead of him. Trevor Story, 3 in front of Harper, who sits 7th in the league with 81. Count goes full.
98. It's kind of a whippy 98 too. What's that mean? Well, he's got such long arms that it's got every bit of 98 when it gets to home plate. He's got that spin rate thing going with the whip. Sometimes 98, they show it to you, and it's not 98 when it gets to you, but Wheeler's is every bit of it the whole time.
Nats trying to break a 20-inning scoreless streak. 3-2 to Bryce. He'll take the walk, his 92nd of the year, and they're loaded for Anthony Rendon.
Interesting pitch selection there. He didn't think he could throw 98 by Bryce again. I mean, he's in a hitter's count. He's 3-1. He's sitting dead red. He just threw 98 by him, and it was every bit of it. And then he goes to the off-speed 3-2 with the base open to face the right-hander, Rendon. I thought he was going to go another fastball there.
Rendon, swinging bunt, as they call it, down the third base line, first time for a hit. He's sitting on 62 RBIs. Mentioned how well he does against the fastball. 97 riding up and in. Great career batting average with them jammed.
Got to get on the board right here.
%87% of the time Anthony Rendon gets the bat on the ball. Count's in his favor now, 2-1.
When you're scuffling offensively, you're thinking about one run. When you're locked in as a ball club, you're thinking big inning right here. But right now, the Nats will settle for somebody crossing home plate and some handshakes in the dugout.
Now it's even.
Place about to get loud, you'd think.
Anthony Rendon's 399th at bat of the year. He struck out 67 times, thus the contact statistic. And he's going to line out to the shortstop. And a good enough job by all runners, including Bryce, to stay home. 2 down.
Didn't hit it that hard, but if it was up the middle, it would have been a knock. They were playing him straight up, and that's just kind of the way it's going right now. Hard enough to be a hit, but when it's right at somebody, hang with them. Pretty close at first base.
Yeah, Trey, good awareness of where Rosario was right behind him. He was back to the bag in a hurry. 2 outs for Soto, who struck out first time. That one is right at the shortstop, Rosario. The Nats are done. They've stranded 5 in the first 3 innings, and it's still scoreless.
from Citi Field. Saturday, September 8th, Taste of the World returns to Nats Park. Come on out and celebrate DC's diverse community with the pregame International Food Festival featuring food and drink samples from participating embassies. If you've ever been to an embassy party, have you ever been to one? The food's great.
Been to Embassy Row.
Big time parties. Nats Cubs 705. And you get that apron. You know you want that apron. Visit nationals.com. You want the pajamas. You want the apron. We're already giving you a Hawaii shirt. There's a trucker hat. We need socks and shoes, and you will never have to go to the mall again. Just come to Nats Park, and we'll provide your fall wardrobe. Looking sharp.
Absolutely. Zach Wheeler is 1 for 3 career against Tanner Roark with a walk and an RBI. He has 8 hits this year, 4 runs batted in. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter, thus the elbow guard. And he went fishing up and away, 1-1. And a big curveball for the strikeout. Tanner 4 Ks, first 9 batters he faces.
All right, DC Toyota dealers help children and their families by making a $44 donation to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats chunker this season. Ks for kids.
And a couple of guys chunking very well. Ahmed Rosario lined out to Wilmer Defoe, first time up. First time around the order, the Mets went 2 for 9 against Tanner. Must have ridden a little too high. Same spot, 3-0. Tanner was 3-12. Now he's 8-12. 26 start of the year. I think the skipper likes what he's seeing from his right-hander. And Defoe not able to get there. Rosario flares one into right center. He's aboard with 1 out. He has stolen 15 this year. Next up, the red-hot Jeff McNeil, who's now 17 for 35 on a 10-game streak. Slapped one through the left side of the infield first time up.
The knob of his bat, there isn't one. It just looks weird to me. Remember Adam LaRoche had this? I think Jason Worth used it from time to time, but usually it's tapered more where it flares out. This just looks like it just stops. Somebody cut off the knob. Yeah, it looks weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like he's hitting with a stick. There it is. Remember Dustin Pedroia had the axe handle knob because he had something wrong with his pinky, so that kind of locked his hands in. This one just has nothing.
Seems to me he would need an abundance of pine tar. Little pop-up. Defoe turned his back on home plate. Then he found it looking right up into the sun. 2 down. Interesting play. Not an easy one at this time of the day at 5:05 p.m.
Little white show in here at the end of it. Watch. Whoa. Almost popped out. Hit the heel, rolled up to the web, and not a problem for El Day, which in my Spanish means the of.
The of, or
yes.
Or the from.
Or the from. sure it's
Number 3 man, Michael Conforto. Rosario, 1 bag in this series. He's 15 for 22. Defoe well out into right field. Pretty good on the change. Tanner mixing things up pretty well so far. So right now the shadow from the roof between the mound and the plate. Grandstand to follow here shortly. Firing it over there.
Trying to pick off the weather system at first. Weather pattern. You see what Rosario did right there? I like this. This is called spoking. Watch what he does with his feet. If it's a low throw, he's trying to get his feet in the way of the glove. So when you go back, that's called spoking. Taught that in college.
He's on the move now. Pitch up. Wieters a bullet. And putting the glove down and then reaching up to tag Trey Turner.
That's called getting thrown outing.
Yeah, that's called a bullet from the catcher. Matt Wieters nails his 12th runner of the year. This was a beauty. Brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals.
I could eat all those, could you? Seriously, I could crush every one of those.
Yeah, my high would be 4 of those, maybe, on a good day, which can make it a bad day. They're having fun. We're going to the top of the 4th, middle innings here.
What are they eating? What is it?
They look like hush puppies.
Yeah, donut holes.
Yeah, maybe some sweet concoctions with some powdered sugar on it.
Cage-free eggs.
Cage-free eggs.
I cracked myself.
You know what?
That one.
That makes its way into a ballpark. I'm bringing my own lunch in a lunch pail. Ryan Zimmerman popped up to second first time. 1-1.
Eating eggs at the ballpark. Sounds like fun. If the Nats don't score soon, I'm just going to lose it completely up here. What's it been? 22 innings?
23 innings. I'm sorry, 21. 9, 9, and 3. Yeah. And Ryan's swing Thursday, the last time. Goes the other way. Playing way off the line was Wilmer Flores, and he'll speed to the bag.
All right. Here's the hat part of the wardrobe for fall on Friday, August 31st. Brewers Nats 7:05. Be one of the first 20,000 fans ages 21 and up to get that hat right there. That's presented by Budweiser. Get your tickets at nationals.com. What happened to the frog?
That was some trucker music right there.
We haven't seen the frogs in a while.
Matt Wieters struck out looking first time.
You hear the glove? You can just tell that Wheeler's got some serious spin rate on his fastball by the sound of Kevin Plawecki's glove. It's a deep, deep sound when that fastball hits it.
Right to Flores. He'll go unassisted again. Last time the Mets gave up more than 3 runs in a ball game was a 4-2 loss last weekend at Philadelphia. They've been good, and that's where we're going after the ball game tomorrow. Jeffrey Rodriguez and Steven Matz. Then it's on to Philly for 3 night games. Off on Thursday, Brewers starting that really tough homestand. Brewers, Cardinals, Cubs. A taste of the Central, the top of the Central on the next homestand. So there's Jeffrey, 1-1, 7 games, 5 starts. And the lefty Steven Matz, whose career record against the Nats started out okay, but now he's 1-4 in 8 starts. Nats on the year 5-10, 455 in 23 starts. And he started that shellacking when the Nats ended up scoring 25.
Still think he's related to Joe DiMaggio somewhere.
He always looks like a young Joe D. You're right. Wilmer Depot lined out to Jay Bruce first time in right. And this one flared left field for Bautista. So the Nats threw another scoreless inning, and Roark's going to have to stay tough against Wheeler.
highlights, and guess what? They're sponsored by Geico. We're going to show you Tanner's day. The curving ball has been curving. The sliding ball has been sliding. I don't know what this one is, but it was a strikeout. And this is another nasty curveball. So 3 innings, 4 strikeouts, no walks, just 3 hits for Tanner. 56 pitches, both pitchers at 56 pitches right now. Geico, 15 minutes can save you 50% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you can save. There's the summarization of the ball game so far. Not a lot going on offensively for either club.
Yeah, coming off the caught stealing, Wieters nailed Rosario. Conforto was in the batter's box, so he leads off. Before the break, 17 pitches per inning. He's trimmed 3 off of that average. Strikeout to walk ratio more than doubling. Walks, hits per innings pitched, diving. Home runs per innings pitched, diving. Great trending by Tanner Roark, who's trying to win his 9th game of the year. First pitch curve, and it missed.
That's the pitch Conforto's been having trouble seeing lately, the changeup. So he thought he was getting a 1-0 fastball, pulled the string.
Phillies just got 4 at Toronto and lead 5-0. That one going to the bottom of the 4th. 2-1 to Conforto, Flores, and Frazier to follow. Bottom 4. Tanner tried to swing back the heater. Ball 3. One man left side, Anthony Rendon. 1 out, bottom of the 4th.
All right, I'm looking at it right now online. It's going to happen tonight. And it's Tanner Roark. It's a 6:30 start. Has an American flag cape on his back. He has a serious mullet working, and he has his beard and his bobblehead tonight for the Peanuts. So if you're not doing anything, there's a fireworks show during the game. I feel like that's when it should be. It's a solid bobblehead. Look, right? I want that.
Very cool. Yeah. Love the flag on the back.
It's like Team.
Looks like Captain America.
It's like Team America. Patchy beard and all. It's a great, great show.
One.
Might have had some slippage there. He doesn't miss like that anymore. Trying to fix the mound. I don't think his cleat caught when he landed.
Flores couldn't pull the trigger. 2-2. Bouncing ball to Defoe first time. Tanner's given up 3 hits, 1 in each inning. And he had him reaching. Great pitch. Easy play for that outstanding fielding pitcher. 2 down. Frazier now.
You know, if he had the cleats on he had on last night, Adam Eaton might show up missing.
Wait a minute. How do you show up missing?
Maybe he just had the Don Corleone.
I know what you're saying.
Like, where's Adam? I don't know.
Okay.
It's just missing. He had Don Corleone on one shoe. He had Tony Soprano on the other shoe, and they were going at it verbally earlier. He knows people, probably.
Great pitch, diving down and in to the right-handed power guy, 1-1. Tanner Roark dealing. And he elevates that a bit, and it still had some run on it.
Seeing some looks like they can't see the baseball right now.
Aha.
Looks on their faces after the swing telling the story. Or maybe just his stuff was that good.
Yeah, I'd say some of both. 522 local.
It's one part I don't miss right there. Trying to see a baseball with shadows.
Had him reaching. Anthony Rendon gobbles it up. 3 ground ball outs for Tanner Roark, and this pitcher's duel into the 5th.
Being change seats. Seriously, everybody, right now.
Enter. You might win a meet and greet with Davey Martinez, presented by Hilton Hotels. Get 20% off Nats tickets with the Capital Adventure package from Hilton. Tanner Roark to lead off in the 5th inning. Mets were at Washington back on Wednesday, August 1st. Tommy Malone and Noah Syndergaard, and Adam Eaton got a base hit in the 1st inning, FP, then a ground ball.
Phillip Evans playing second base. Adam slid in hard. Comparatively speaking, when you talk about the old days and the way he used to go in and that wasn't a whole lot. But in Evans' defense, you're not used to contact now, and you see flat-footed second basemen all the time. There used to be an art to getting out of the way at second base, a certain sort of ballet, if you will. You knew who was coming in hard, you knew who wasn't, and it was on you as a middle infielder to have quick feet, get in the air, and get out of the way. With the new rule now, you watch middle infielders around the base, they're just flat-footed. They don't do anything because they know there's going to be no contact. And right there, Evans was flat-footed. Normally, on a ball hit slowly to shortstop, you come in front of the bag, you hop off the bag, you clear yourself from the runner because of the speed of the baseball. That determines where the runner's going to be. So that was a slow roller right there, Cart.
Yeah.
And you know the runner's going to be on you. So as a second baseman, I'm hopping off right toward Rosario right there and maybe just getting the force out, even stretching like a first baseman for that throw. But he just stood there and allowed Adam Eaton to hit him. And by today's standards, was that a hard slide? Yes. Back in the day, that was nothing.
Evans suffered a left tibial plateau fracture, went on the DL. Ironically, the man who replaced him, Jose Reyes, later hit 2 homers in that game, but the Nats won 5-3. Eaton slaps a base hit to right. He's on for the 3rd time with a bunt, a walk, and a clean single now.
Spanky's being a pain.
Getting that on base average back up around 380. And the batting average over 290.
I enjoy watching number 2 play.
Trey Turner base hit to right last time. With Eaton running on a pitch, sent him over to 3rd. They eventually walked Harper to load him up. But Zach Wheeler got out of the inning after they were juiced the bags with 1 out. Adam Eaton now hitting .294. Battle begins for Trey now, 1-2. He has sacrificed and singled. Stolen his 33rd base.
3rd time, 260. I'm in.
Yeah, overall for the season he's at 237.
Adam Eaton standing on the bag. That tells me he saw the sign.
Target in. Wheeler missed on the other side.
Big pitch coming because you know Davey Martinez is going to start eating 3-2. Going to try to get something going here. Might go here. All right, here we go. Game on. Almost have to start him, don't you?
Trey's had 2 good at bats. RBI guy next. Time to make something happen.
Even though Trey's not a double play, you're still trying to get something going with your offense if you start eating it.
There he goes. Trey Turner takes the walk. And the Nats have 2 on for Bryce Harper. Interesting, Dan, about Bryce's cleats. A lot of kids have helped him out.
That's right, Bob. Planning ahead for Players Weekend, Bryce Harper gave a plain bat and plain white cleats to the kids in his Harper's Heroes program, made up of DC area kids affected by childhood cancers. He partners with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. They styled them up over 2 different sessions at Nats Park. And one very cool message one kid wrote on Bryce's bat: never let the fear of striking out get in your way. And then, guys, on Bryce's batting gloves, just noticed this today during the game, it looks like he has the names of a number of people who are battling or have battled cancer, including Nats owner Mark Lerner. Steve Garvey's name also on there as well. So Bryce letting kids who are battling childhood cancers style up his cleats and his bat, and he put some special names of people battling some illness on his batting gloves as well.
Wow.
Very strong, Bryce. And Mark, our continued best wishes to you. Swing and a miss. So Bryce on a regular basis gives those kids a VIP experience. Private meet and greet with him, special batting practice viewing, tickets, t-shirts. Nats, Bucks, you name it, Bryce does it for those kids. Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, very near and dear to Bryce Harper's heart.
That's one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time.
This is usually the guy that makes it happen for the offense. As Bryce goes, so go the Nats. 0-2, 2 on, 1 out. Scoreless game. Up the middle, but that's right where the shortstop Rosario is for a 6-3 double play. Halfway through the game, no score at Citi Field.
Baseball, and it's brought to you by T-Mobile. Got a Med Rosario back in the third inning. He got caught stealing. Don't sleep on the Javi Baez like tag by Trey Turner on the end of this. Watch us slap him right on the chest. 194 is the pop time. Arm strength 80 miles an hour. They should have a tag time because that was a nice tag by Trey Turner on the back end of that.
Yeah, great hands. Bruce Bautista Plawecki, 6'7", for the Mets, bottom 5. Tanner, 63 pitches, 39 strikes. Shift on.
I almost tagged you like that while I was doing the replay, but I thought better of it. I didn't think you'd like it. I'm going to slap one on you right here in the booth.
This is one of the smaller booths in the major leagues.
Throw one higher.
Decided to drop the curveball in the dirt.
Try to run it back here.
There he does. Punched out is Bruce on the call by Carlos Torres. That was beautiful. Strikeout number 5, Nissan.
Swing it back, Tanner. 4-pitch, see ya. And he just wasted the curveball to get to that pitch. So nice execution of the game plan by Wieters and Roark.
Jose Bautista, the former Blue Jay. Toronto just picked up 3. So they're within 2 runs of the Phillies.
Oh.
He's got some kind of hook going.
Yeah. That has to be the darkest beard in baseball, doesn't it? It's got to be. You get some StatCast on that?
Trey Turner circles behind it. Jump throw, got him. 2 down.
All right, 2000s night at the ballpark. Gonna be fun. September 1st, Nats host 2000s night. That's presented by Budweiser. So Brewers 7:05. Dress like you're in the 2000s. Visit Nationals.com. I don't know.
What's your point? I mean, yeah, I still am.
Remember we thought the world was gonna end?
Y2K, and we're still here.
Made it.
It's only been 18 years. Then it was the Mayan calendar after that, right?
Made it.
1-1.
Still kicking.
This after our lunar baseball discussion the other night. I was corrected, by the way. The moon is 234,000 miles from Earth.
Yeah.
I was under 200 grand on that.
Still with the facts, get in the way of a good point.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Wow. Wheeler, Roark. They're both dealing. We're through 5 scoreless here at Citi Field. Who's going to take a swing and make a difference in this game? Presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. You saw the U.S. Open signs. The U.S. Open Tennis Championships get underway at the USTA National Tennis Center right next door starting Monday. They put a big retractable roof over Arthur Ashe Stadium. They have 2 other stadiums for tennis over there. It's fantastic. So the Nats have 4 hits today. Adam Eaton has 2 of them. Still looking to score. Rendon, Soto, Zimmerman, top of the 6th.
All right, here we go.
Infield hit down the third base line, then a line drive out to short. Zach Wheeler, 5 innings, 72 pitches, 43 strikes. Tanner Roark, 74 pitches, 46. They are just matching bullet for bullet here. Ball 1.
Reminded me of the Nola Scherzer game the other day. It seems like first team to score here is going to win. And you feel like somebody's going to run into one. That's how it's going to happen.
Well, you made that observation, and then Odubel Herrera did just that. Rendon to center. Conforto. Juan Soto is 0 for 2. And in the series, 1 for 5. Dan has more.
Bob, this is Juan Soto's 45th straight game in the starting lineup. Not a huge deal for established major leaguers who are used to the grind of a long season, but might be a little different for Soto, who coming into this year hadn't played more than 51 games in a single season as a pro. Davey says he and the training staff have been monitoring Soto closely over the last few weeks, putting him on a maintenance program to make sure his body can handle the grind of a baseball season, and noting that Soto has continued to look good and say that he feels good. But that says Davey says he does plan on giving Soto a day off sometime soon, maybe, guys, as soon as tomorrow.
294 at-bats in 85 games now. And then you have to add the 59 walks. So he's right around 350 plate appearances.
It's 19. You can play all day when you're 19.
1-1.
4,000 innings in a row when you're 19. He can play double headers every day at his age. I think the mental part of it, though, is where you need the rest.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He grinds out every at-bat. He's engaged in every pitch. And when you've done it for longer than you're used to, that part wears you down more than the physical, I think.
Yeah. You know, now that we're back in the division, he's actually seen pitchers he has faced before. But the amount of homework he's had to do this year, amazing. Facing a lot of these guys first time around, and Plawecki was ready to throw that ball around the horn, but Carlos Torres did not ring up Juan Soto. Umpire nailed it. 2-2. And he just kind of waved his bat out there and stopped it. Full count.
Big pitch coming.
Breaking ball up the middle to his left. Rosario. Soto beats it out. His second hit of the series. Great effort by the young shortstop.
We saw Juan Soto motioning out to Rosario, knock it off. Wilmer Flores tagged Juan Soto. Did he make a move to second? I didn't see it. Pretty good play by Rosario from the ground, making a throw, and this will show us. Now there was no move towards second other than knock it off, dude.
Zimmerman. Medium lead by Juan. Ryan Zimmerman turned around and down he goes.
Well, that's two at their heads today. And a guy that's had pinpoint command all day. I mean, this will wake you up. That's like smelling salts right under your chin.
Pitchers are entitled to pitch upside, but when inside, but when it gets up there, it's a different story. 1-2, or rather 1-1 now.
I think that teed Ryan off a little bit. Check out his face, the way he put his batting glove back on. A little tension in this game. I like it. I don't like the fastballs at the head, though, ever.
Teams playing for the 14th time this year.
Good point. It's August. Nobody likes each other in August, especially in your division.
Target in. There goes Soto. Ryan fouls it. Had to swing on a 2-strike count. Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers donate $250 to the Children's National Health System. For the first 200 homers the Nats hit this season, Lexus. Experience amazing. They've hit 153. Zimmerman's 12th, the most recent.
Ballpark's got a good vibe tonight. Good game.
Getting a little easier to see the ball now. Ryan looked like he had a good read on that breaking ball away. Couldn't get to that one. 2 down. Zach Wheeler, 4th strikeout of the day. Next up, Wieters. Wheeler's given up 6 runs in his last 7 starts, including today. Struck out 10 his last time out against the Giants. Low and in. And he short hopped that one to Flores.
Check the ball.
Yeah, they're going to throw it out at Wieters' request.
It's not his first rodeo. He's the one that asked. You're right. Catchers don't miss that ever.
Two and 0. Longest inning, the 3rd. When he walked Eaton with 1 out, Turner singled, stole a base, Harper walked, but Wheeler got Rendon and Soto to escape. And he rolls in the breaking ball on 2 and 0.
Something Wheeler's really improved on. He used to try to do that a few years ago, throw the 2-0 curveball for a strike, couldn't do it, and he fall behind 3-0.
Soto running, pitch inside, corner for a strike, and Juan Soto is out at second base. 2-6 on the caught stealing, it is ruled. Wieters still in the box, Soto still standing on second. The Nats about to have a look here.
Chipper Jones on the phone, number 10. He's out. You can see Chip Hales.
That's it for the Nats in the 6th. Still no score.
Got thrown out stealing. Trying to manufacture one. So some Fios by Verizon Expo will show you in a second. Juan Soto getting tagged out by Ahmed Rosario. Not a bad jump by Juan, just a pretty good throw by Kevin Plawecki, right on the money. And here's your Exmo to finish it off. Right in the armpit. 100% fiber optic network, 100% phenomenal. Visit getfios.com.
Zach Wheeler leads off bottom of the sixth. Boy, Nola, Scherzer, Vargas, Gio, Wheeler, Roark, the last 3 days. We have seen some kind of starting pitching. Curveball stays away, bottom of the sixth underway. Tanner struck out Wheeler first time up.
I feel like you're going to see the ball now, both teams. No more shadows. Nothing of note. There you go. That's a good look at it.
Mets box, McNeil single, Steele in the first, Bruce a double in the second, Rosario single, caught stealing in the third, and now Tanner's retired the last 7 Mets. Wheeler showed bunt, got Rendon on the move, strike 2.
See that? The bat of Wheeler blocked the ball from Wieters, and he almost missed it, and then he started laughing after he caught it. He kind of held that bat there till the last second, pulled it back, and Wieters lost track of the baseball. Still laughing about it.
Well, maybe the hitter lost track of that one. Strikeout number 7. Wheeler walks slowly away. Top of the order, Rosario and McNeil, the next 2.
The pitch I was talking about right here. Watch this. You're gonna hold that bat right there. You couldn't see the ball. He was right in his eye. And wait. And see the laugh from Matt Wieters. He says something to Zach Wheeler.
Tanner Roark due to bat third in the 7th, but it's a scoreless tie. If somebody gets on, maybe he can stay in, move a runner, and keep on chunking. Wheeler just hit his second time around. No chance to get to that fastball. 0-2. Tanner gets tougher as the day goes on. Trying to go 6 innings for the 20th time this year. And this one, a high drive to deep left center. And it leaves the yard as Rosario hits his 7th of the year.
You know, I was out there earlier today in center field and the wind was blowing out. And when he hit this, it didn't have the sound. And I didn't think he got enough of it to get it out of here. But then remembering in batting practice today, standing in center field, the wind was blowing straight out to left center. And I think it had something to do with that ball just getting out of here. Hit it well, but it fooled me. I didn't think it was getting out of here.
Nationals have now given up 1 home run more than they have hit this year. They're in the top 3 or so as far as most home runs given up. Mets 155, the Nats now 154. And the Mets had given up the most in the league coming into this series. In the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes. But if you're ahead by a couple of runs right now, we're sitting here saying, no big deal. It's a solo. A lot of pressure on the pitchers to be nearly perfect right now.
Yeah.
Two and 2. Right field, Adam Eaton drifting with it. 2 down. No better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. And we check in on James Bork. He's at Harrisburg, Double-A, a 14th round pick 4 years ago. Out of the University of Michigan. He's a native of Ann Arbor, so he's big blue all the way. James Buchanan Bork, sporting some really good numbers at the Double-A level. Make today the day, PNC.
Have we ever had a Nat named after a president? And if he ever gets up to the big leagues, will he run in the race? I think he could beat Teddy. You were thinking, weren't you? You're trying to remember a Nat that was named after a president, and I think that would be the first one. '15th president of the United States.
I don't know, did Matt Adams race? High pop fly. 3 guys over there. Who wants it? That's the shortstop, Trey Turner. We find fielders in different places all the time. The solo by Rosario, 1-0 Mets.
Nil Mets. Top of the 7th, Tanner doing his part just like Gio did last night. For every Nats walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to support the boys and girls clubs of Greater Washington. The Nats have drawn 467 walks for a total of $23 million. Care First encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Go for a walk.
Matt Wieters in the box when Soto was gunned down. Looks like Wander Suero's next after the Nats hit for Tanner Roark here in the 7th. Wieters, Defoe, and then the pitcher's spot. Down and in. Gio went 7 last night without walking a batter. Hit a batter. Tanner 6 today without walking anybody. And Matt Wieters has guided those starters through a couple of outstanding efforts to try to get something going with the bat here in the 7th.
Looking at Zach Wheeler's innings so far, and the stress came in the third when he had to get Rendon and Soto out with the bases loaded, but there hasn't been a whole lot of high stress innings for him, or pitches for that matter. Get Rendon to line out to short with the bases loaded, 1 out, then Juan Soto grounded to short, but that was the only trouble he's been in here today.
The two starters through 6 innings, 1 pitch apart on their count.
Maybe the first inning too, with first and third and 2 outs. A couple men aboard in the 5th, but the high stress was in the 3rd. So I think that's a low 96, if that makes any sense.
It does. Wieters just guiding one up the middle. Good at bat by Matt, his 19th hit in the last 18 games.
Boy, that's a good pitch by Wheeler and a better piece of hitting by Wieters. Look at him just go down and flip that thing into center. Nice piece. So leadoff man aboard here in the 7th. What can they do with it?
Defonex, a guy who can handle the bat. Andrew Stevenson has stepped out on deck. That'll work. Tying runs, scoring position.
Good bunt, nicely done.
Let's go, Poppy, let's go. Come on.
I heard Wilmer encouraging Andrew Stevenson. Let's go, Poppy, let's go. Wilmer into it. I like that. That fired me up.
Good job, Dave. Great bunt.
Yeah, the D, as in letter D, getting it done. We have a pause here as Plawecki talks to Carlos Torres.
Am I missing something here?
I don't know.
They charge him with the trip? Did he walk out there? I'm missing something.
Stevenson saw a high fastball, couldn't get over the top of it. Andrew as a pinch hitter this year. 2 for 10, the dramatic homer against the Phillies.
Or if you're Matt Wieters on second, you're down by 1, you haven't scored in a few games, you really got to work on your secondary lead. Big primary lead, 2 long shuffles, and allow Bob Henley to send you on a base hit. You're looking at the outfield. They're not playing deep for Andrew Stevenson, so it's going to be a tough decision for Bob Henley. When you're talking about a third base coach, he's thinking right now, we haven't scored in however many innings. Base hit right here. I got a guy in scoring position. You know, old hen or zombie third base coach is wheeling him here. He's not going to take, I mean, he's going to take a chance. And there's an old saying, though, as a third base coach, you can't create the offense, but you have to fight that tendency as a third base coach. You want to create the offense. You haven't scored in however many innings. He's coming. Let's send him. Let's go. In a base hit here, it's going to be a tough decision.
2-1 count.
I think we know which way he's going to err, though. It should say Sentley on his back, by the way. Why does it say old hen?
Yeah, he's anything but.
Should be Sendley. Sentley.
Big spot for the rookie. 2-2 pitch, 1 out.
Interesting pitch selection coming here. 3-2.
Daniel Zamora, by the way, is the lefty, and that's Drew Smith, the righty.
Does he throw him another heater here? Does he go slider or split? Shaking. Another shake. 3 shakes. So for those of you who don't know, sometimes if you just keep looking in there, it's like a shake. You don't necessarily have to shake your head. No, he just kept staring, and Plawecki kept going through the signs. Still staring. Shook yes, here we go.
3-2. Back into the left, it's popped up. And grabbed by Plawecki with his momentum taking him right into the screen.
That's a heck of a play.
2 down.
I mean, he had to negotiate the on-deck circle, had the warning track and the screen all at once. So eject the mask. You're in your home ballpark and watch Kevin Plawecki make a fantastic play with the tie and run on second base to retire Andrew Stevenson. The backhand catch, snow cone variety for out number 2. Tip of the cap to the Mets catcher. That was not easy.
It's up to Adam Eaton, who's had a very good day. 2 for 2, a walk.
I would not try Adam Eaton here. No offense to Trey Turner. He's got a stolen base, a base hit, a sac bunt. He's walked. He's done a lot too, but the right-on-right matchup is what I'd get beat with here.
And Adam Eaton wears one right in the middle of the lower back, it seems.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, they could have walked him, but took a different direction.
I mean, I love the way he handled it. He just said whatever and went to first. So you be the judge. Was that on purpose? Base open, right-hander on deck. He's got 2 hits and a walk. There was a lot of chirping going on earlier in the game between he and Todd Frazier.
I think you just rested your case, Your Honor.
Yes. I mean, the guys had pinpoint control all day, minus a pitch to Zim and a pitch to Adam Eaton, or 2 pitches to Adam Eaton.
Todd Frazier's due to bat second in the bottom of the 7th. So 2 on, 2 out for Trey Turner. It was their decision to extend the inning, and we'll see if Trey can make it hurt.
I thought we had a bench clear there for a second.
That was a good closing argument by you.
Thank you. Hey, wait.
I don't think the jury will be out long.
You learned after a number of years doing this that that's their fight. I think in 2011 I would have been screaming at Wheeler.
We had to lock the booth door a couple of times. Trey really goes fishing on a pitch up.
They'll handle it how they want to handle it, and they'll let you know if they thought it was on purpose. More importantly, the score.
Trey Turner, 2 hits in the series. He's 2 for 5 with a sacrifice and a walk today. And he hits one right to the second baseman, McNeil. Now the Nats have stranded 8 base runners today.
had a good question during the break after this. He said, you're not supposed to square around 3-0. Is that against the rules? Hey, if you're throwing balls when I square around, I'm going to square around 3-0. And then first base open, 2 outs, right-hander on deck, a guy that's got a couple of knocks today. There's been some back and forth between he and Todd Frazier. Was that on purpose? Well, if you're in the third base dugout and you think it was, that's got to fire you up. And if it doesn't, you don't have a pulse right now. You got a guy that's playing his tail off out there. He got drilled what looked like on purpose. If I'm in the third base dugout, I think it was. And if that doesn't wake you up after not scoring in 25 innings, nothing is.
Wander Suero to Flores, Frazier, and then Bruce here in the bottom of the 7th. Sorry, I had to clear my throat there. 1-1. So Wander's numbers on the air against the Mets. He's appeared in 2 games. No runs, 1 hit, 3 2/3 with 4 strikeouts. So some of the Mets have seen him. Wilmer Flores 0 for 1 against Suero.
And if a guy with the animal on the back of his jersey doesn't send a message, who's gonna?
This ball going foul right side. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com. Swing and a foul tip and a strikeout. 1 out.
You think he's thinking about it?
It doesn't often take long to find out the answer to such questions. Frazier facing Suero for the first time. Inside half. Strike 1. Serious damage. Strike 2. Nothing Mets.
This ball's right down the middle. Looked like a cutter that started off, came back, and as soon as Todd Frazier hit that one, you knew it wasn't coming back. 2-0.
One.
You know, Keith Hernandez the other day was talking about how he thought guys should get hit that were swinging the bat well. I've never believed on sending a message for a guy doing his job.
Agreed.
But I've also believed in protecting your players. And if one of my guys goes down, or there's a tough slide at second, or whatever it is, protecting your own. And it doesn't necessarily mean drilling somebody, but it means sending a message. Because if you're the guy that you think got hit on purpose and nobody else gets one buzzed by the tower, or whatever you want to call it, that makes you feel, I guess, less than important as a player. Not that you ever condone drilling anybody. I think it's the silliest thing in the world. But if you hit my guy on purpose, Carp, I have to send a message in retaliation, or else then in baseball, even if he did hit him on purpose, I'm just saying in general, I don't know what Zach Wheeler did. Who knows?
Yeah.
Can't read minds. But I'm just saying in general, I think the philosophy among most baseball players is if you hit one of my guys, I have to do something in defense, or else it's going to keep happening, and you keep hitting my guys and there's no ramifications, then where does it stop? You remember with the Braves and Bryce Harper, that thing got all weird because there was no retaliation. Bryce just kept getting drilled by the Braves.
Yeah.
And then finally Steven Strasburg took it upon him, but it was a month or so later. I don't think it had the same message that it would have had it been done earlier. And that season got weird in a hurry because of that incident.
Yeah.
I thought.
And then this is the first time in my memory where the guy then steps in and hits a home run
And
on about the sixth pitch of the at-bat.
I can't tell you if they hit him on purpose. I'm just saying in general, generally speaking, you got to protect your own guys. However you do it, doesn't mean drilling somebody, but there has to be some sort of message sent in return, or else I've seen clubhouses go to pieces on stuff like that. And I think in 2015 it did for a little bit, if I'm 100% honest.
1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. That's ball 2. Things are even up. Nats will have Harper, Rendon, and Soto top 8. Mets bullpen has been busy. High in the air, foul ground right side. It's another unhappy trip down the first base line for Jose Bautista. Frazier homers, 2-0 Mets.
Pajama set giveaway. That's Sunday, September 2nd. Brewers in town, 1:35 starts. First 10,000 kids ages 12 and under receive a cool pajama set. I love it. For tickets, visit nationals.com. Whole family can wear those. To work, to school. Even if you're over 12, just force them on.
Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. JiffyLubeDC.com. Left-hander Daniel Zamora, 5th appearance of his big league career. For the Mets so far, no runs, 2 hits, 3 innings, a walk, 4 strikeouts. 25 years of age, from Loma Linda, California, and he pitched at Stony Brook up in Stony Brook, New York. Lefty-lefty matchup. Nats see this southpaw for the first time. Bryce 0 for 2 with a walk. Big sweeping curveball. 109 pitches, 64 strikes for Zach Wheeler in 7 shutout innings.
Yeah, my stats say he throws that pitch you just saw 88% of the time, and the fastball 12%. So guess what Bryce is going to see in this at bat? A few more frisbees.
That's a curveball target low and away. Conforto from center to left, Austin Jackson there, and then Bautista left to center, so Jay Bruce double switched out.
I think what Bryce did with his cleats, his bat, and his batting gloves is one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time on a baseball field.
By the way, it was kind of curious. The bat handle that remained in his hands yesterday when he broke the bat, it was just sitting right outside the Nationals clubhouse this morning out in the hallway. I don't know if they have any plans for it. Nobody had laid claim to it. And Bryce does a good job to extend and slice that frisbee away.
That video of the dad saving his kids yesterday went viral on the internet. Dad of the year. And he didn't spill a drop of his beer either. The more of those sliders you see, the more you know where they start and where they're going to end up, and the better chance you have of hitting one. And you feel like this is a one-hitter deal for Zamora.
So he tried to throw that one behind Bryce and have it come back. It didn't make it. 3-2.
I've never seen anybody throw almost 90% sliders on Fangraphs before, ever.
Harper, a high fly to center for Austin Jackson.
Just missed it.
So the situational appearance. They do have another lefty, of course, our old former Nat, Jerry Blevins. So Zamora does his job. Next up is Anthony Rendon, followed by Soto here in the top of the 8th. 1 o'clock. Jeffrey Rodriguez, 6th big league start, his 8th ball game. Rodriguez will be facing the Mets for the first time, and they go with their lefty Steven Matz. Matz is 5-10, but only 1-4 career in 8 starts against the Nats with a 4 ERA. 12:30 Nats Extra pregame before the series finale tomorrow. Anthony Rendon will be facing the 24-year-old right-hander Drew Smith. 13th big league appearance. He's been good. 13 hits in 14 innings, but a 1.98 on the ERA.
Yeah, fastball 96, 74% of the time.
Rendon 0 for 1 against him.
Occasional curve, occasional changeup.
Lucas Duda, the player the Mets traded to Tampa Bay to get this right-hander, who was originally drafted by the Tigers. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, straight back it goes. Rendon drills one to right. Right at Bautista. 2 down. For the bottom of the 8th, Greg Holland. A lot of snap on that breaking ball. Juan Soto based it up the middle last time. Caught stealing to end the 6th. 1-0 game at the time. Trying to get aboard for Ryan Zimmerman. That's well placed, and Soto has a 2-hit day and a 3-hit series. Going for 2. Hope he makes it, and he's in there. No, they're going to call him out. Did he come off the bag? He appeared to beat the throw. Chip Hale on the phone immediately.
He's playing hard, but that's a gamble you have to make down by 2. Did he stay on the base? Or did he come off right there at the end? Paul Noward on the call. I couldn't tell in that shot.
Nats are challenging.
Well, they have to at this point. So it got him on the calf. Was the hand still on the base? He beat it, so it wasn't like they threw him out initially. It was just whether the body or the hand came off the base while the tag was on the calf. It's close. Well, the initial call is out, so there has to be overwhelming evidence to reverse it, and is there?
Ryan Zimmerman, the potential tying run in the balance here, whether he bats or not in the 8th. Paul Noward, the crew chief, on your right.
Not seeing anything definitive enough to overturn it. Did he tag him on the calf while his hand came off right there? But was the knee or the quad on the bag? to study anatomy now to do replays on TV. I think his flexor tendon was on the bag as his hamate came off in the front. I don't know. I do know down by 2, with that many outs left, you can't get thrown out.
He's out. And that's it for the 8th inning. About to step into the batter's box, Juan Soto tried to make it a 2-bagger. He beat the throw FP, and then it got bad for the Nats after that.
Well, you know, you admire the hustle, but you have to know the situation and the time of the game, the score of the game, and how many outs you have left. So you're down by 2. Ryan Zimmerman will walk up, who's been hitting home runs. So at this point in the game, Carp, you need base runners, and you're hoping Ryan Zimmerman hits one out to tie it up. So I think the risk reward here wasn't worth it, if you want my honest opinion. And sometimes 19 shows up when you really don't want it to. You've asked him to do a lot as a 19-year-old. That's one you can question.
Greg Holland against Kevin Plawecki.
It's hard to fault guys for playing hard, but you have to know the situation, the score of the game right there, and that's something that he'll learn. I mean, he's learned at the highest level, and sometimes that's the toughest place to learn.
Fastball in there. Base hit. Because of the double switch, the Mets are down to the number 9 spot with Austin Jackson.
All right, ML.TV is now available at a lower price. So visit MLB.TV to take advantage of this special offer.
Jackson in the number 6 hole last night. First inning single. Only hit in 4 trips. Out of play. He has faced Holland in the American League before. 2 for 10. A couple of walks, 5 strikeouts, 1 batted in.
Couple of solo home runs. The difference here so far.
Oh, 2, and a ball hit well to right, but Adam Eaton over. Runner goes about a third of the way and then returns, 1 out.
All right, time for your Ford drive of the game. For your local Ford dealer for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. Tanner Roark was amazing here today. And Ahmed Rosario got one up in the air in the 6th, and that's the only run Tanner gave up. A solo shot to the Mets shortstop, his 7th of the year. That made it 1-0. Todd Frazier would hit another one to make it 2-0.
There's Rosario. He's lined out and gone 2 for 3 today. 3 hits in the series. Scored a couple of runs, driven 1 home. It's like Paul Sewald, who has 1 save, will get the 9th inning call. Robert Gazelman threw 18 pitches last night to get his 8th save. That's a good breaking ball down and away. Turner will do it himself, or tried to, but the runner beats it. So 6 unassisted to retire Plawecki, and Rosario gets to first.
Zim trying to sell the call, or did he really think he was out at first because he was running off the field? Chip Bale's on the phone. I don't think they're going to challenge, but Davey Martinez is going to make a pitching change, it appears.
He wants Matt Grace for the hot-hitting rookie Jeff McNeil. Holland gets a couple of outs, gives up a base hit, and the Nats a little deeper into the bullpen, trying to keep it 2-0. Baseball on Masson, brought to you by Lexus. Experience amazing. Beautiful afternoon into the evening here at Citi Field. 79 at game time. Nats still unable to score. Matt Grace to try to keep it a 2-0 game as he faces the rookie left-hander Jeff McNeil.
See the numbers, 242 average against, lefties 246, sinker, slider, change combo. You feel like Ahmed Rosario is going to steal here early in the count, maybe even just guess and go and bet that he can beat the relay from Ryan Zimmerman. Almost like a bonus runner here, up by 2 with 2 outs. I feel like they're going to be ultra aggressive right now. Could be wrong. if I was in that first base dugout, I would be sending him here early. Who cares? Free money right now.
1 for 2 stealing in the series. Thus the throw over. Base hit. Rosario heading for third. Throw. Trey Turner let it go through. Rosario made it easily. And now it'll be Grace against the next lefty, Michael Conforto.
Tell you what, 2 things right there. Rosario can really run. We saw him beat out the double play. That was easy first and third. And Jeff McNeil, even though he's not that young, has reminded me of a younger Daniel Murphy. He's just the pest.
Yeah, 2 for 4 today. 18 for 38 now in a 10-game hitting streak. Michael Conforto 1 for 4 career against Matt Grace. And now it's 3-0. That'll be the first run charged to Greg Holland since becoming a Nat.
Boy, it's got to be frustrating when you just give up a routine ground ball to shortstop and there's no shortstop standing there. A left-on-left matchup, and we've seen Conforto hit the ball that way a bunch.
If the Nats need another pitcher, Justin Miller. Every add-on run is like a dagger when you're having a hard time scoring. Wilmer Flores 0 for 2 against Grace. Rendon across the diamond. We're going top 9 for the second game in a row. The Nats 3 outs to go and down by 3. And Mickey Callaway likes what he saw from Drew Smith last inning. He remains after giving up a line drive out and a base hit. 8 pitches, 5 strikes, and into the 9th he goes. Ryan Zimmerman facing Drew Smith first time. And gets ahead.
Guy got fastball, upper 90s with command. Darting spots like he's throwing 88.
Shows Ryan another heater. One ball, two strikes.
Shortened up a little right there, trying to get to that 98.
Nissan tracking the at bat here. Two. High in the air, right side. Here comes Wilmer Flores.
Yeah, I think Zim wanted to do some damage there after getting one right at his head last time up, and he was frustrated. He went back to the dugout last time. There's been a few balls up and into the Nats here today.
So he does his job, and here comes Jerry Blevins. Games in a row. Last time it happened in the organization was the Expos' final year in Montreal, 04. In the past, the Nats have gone as many as 27 innings without scoring, but never 3 consecutive games in a row. So here's Matt Wieters, 0 for 5 career as the former Nat Jerry Blevins takes the mound. Blevins has 1 save this year and 6 in his big league career.
See what you're doing there with the reverse jinx. Nice. Blevins fastball, curveball change. Curveball 40% of the time at 72 miles an hour.
I don't know if the hocus pocus arm extension and the finger wiggle is going to work, but I'm aiming it right at Jerry Blevins right now. Trying to do anything we can. Matt Wieters, a base hit last time. He's 1 for 3 today. And in the series, 2 for 6.
Getting ripped. Is Jerry Blevins trying to get a chant going out there with his nickname?
I don't know, but if it goes any farther, it's going to encircle his number. Jerry Blevins is a guy you really love if he's on your team. Didn't he sign with the Nats and then like 20 minutes later he was on social media with a Washington jersey on? We're not sure how he pulled that off, but he was all in for the Nats as soon as they got him.
Well, you kind of like him on the other team too. He's that likable, except for when you're facing him.
Yeah. 2-1. 90 plays pretty quick after he throws all that breaking stuff around. Tried to bring it around. Wilmer Defoe batting right-handed next. If he gets further, the Nats have Reynolds or Taylor. And the big frisbee curveball strikes out Matt Wieters. The Mets are getting some kind of pitching from their staff lately. Defoe 0 for 2 career against Blevins. Mark Reynolds on deck. In the air to center. Austin Jackson. And now the Nats have gone 3 consecutive games without scoring. Mets win the series. They'll go for the sweep tomorrow behind Steven Matz. We'll have more from Citi Field straight ahead.